Hey everybody, in today's video we're going to take a look at this vehicle that I built way back when I was a kid. We're going to get it all cleaned up and fixed up, make it look a whole hell of a lot better. So if you want to see that and more, make sure you stay tuned.
High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives. You create thoughts. Never waste time. You got one shot. You got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5. No mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts.
Hello BSC family and welcome back to my bench. And welcome to the second vehicle that I'm going to be cleaning, fixing, redoing in this entire series. Now, if you haven't seen, I posted a video a little while back of unpacking all the vehicles that I made while I was a kid, between the ages of 9 and probably 16. Most of them were in storage for almost 30 years. Now, over that time, yeah, a lot of them got beat up, parts missing, broken off, some of them way worse than others. So keep in mind that back in the day, I wasn't using a 2K clear. I was spray painting whatever I had, hand brushing, things like that. So yeah, none of these are perfect, but some of them will be getting redone because they are just too far gone. Others are just going to get cleaned up and fixed a little bit and left alone because it is history. And yeah, so this is one of the second ones. I already did a 56 Chevy. I changed it a little bit. This one here, I might do a couple little things to it, but basically it's going to be left alone. This one here, you're probably looking at it going, well, it's not that bad. Well, no, in all reality it's not. The paint isn't the greatest. It's very foggy and hazy, which isn't too bad and easily fixed. Rims aren't, painted or anything like that. They are a nice little spoked rim. Let's see if I can get you to focus in here. So as you can see, let's see here. They are a spoked rim. So we're going to deal with that. As you can see, though, the paint as well is very textury, foggy. Now, I don't have this paint in this color anymore. I don't even remember what color it is. So I can't repaint it, and I want to keep it this way. So I'm going to try and clean it as best as I can, and I may hit this with a 2K clear. Now you're saying it doesn't look too bad, not too much broken. No, it's not. As you can see, the colors underneath. And again, these were done, like I said, anywhere from age 9 through 15, 16, somewhere in there. But anyways, this bumper is loose, so I got to fix that. I think the back one's fine. Everything underneath I think is fine. As you can see, there are a few parts off, like one of the front grills off of the front here. I am missing a headlight, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that yet. The hood emblem is off, and the side mirror, and of course the sun visor. All right, but it is missing two of the velocity stacks that should be on here. So I'm going to see if I can find something for that. But the whole body is loose. Now it is just a shiny gray on the inside. The door is supposed to open, but I think I ended up gluing it closed. So of course that's not going to open anymore. Other than that, the interior looks fine. The dash looks fine. I'm not going to touch any of that. I think the only thing I'm going to do is give this thing a good cleaning, mask off a few parts. I may pop off a couple pieces and put them back on after. And just give this thing a good 2K clear coat. The fenders and stuff probably do the same thing. I might finish taking the bumper off. It's pretty dirty under this headlight, so I may pop that headlight off if I can without breaking it. May mask this bumper, but I might pop that one off. And yeah, mask off the interior, the motor, The wheels, maybe pop them off or just leave them and mask around them. I'm not going to clear coat underneath, I'll just leave it as is, but I want to try and clear coat at least the fenders, running boards kind of thing, and of course the hood. So I'm going to give this thing a good cleaning, come back and let you know what I figured out and show you how well it got cleaned. I may take a few things off while I'm cleaning, again, just to make it easier to clean. And we'll go from there. So, I shall see you in a few. Hello everybody, I'm back. So, I took some time and I got this thing apart surprisingly easily. Even though, you know, being young and you definitely overused glue, being that things weren't done properly, it actually came apart quite easily. Now, in most cases, the chrome was scraped off, right? You know, when you go to glue things, you always scrape your chrome. But if you don't scrape the paint, it's still not going to stick. Now, again, back then, I used the orange Testors tube glue. So, yeah, that's probably another reason why it didn't actually hold as good as it should have. But as you can see from this, the body is off, rear bumper, front bumper's off, the grille is off, the other headlight, even the other headlight didn't stick because, well, I didn't clean the paint off back then, right? So headlight popped off easy. The other grille came off nicely, so we'll end up doing them. I'm not going to bother trying to take this off. I am going to clear coat this, so I'm just going to mask off all along the bottom here and cover the wheels. And I'll try and mask this off as much as I can, as best as I can, you know, so we don't get clear coat on it. But if some does blow by, it's not a big deal because it is clear coat. Right, so got that off. We got all the windshields popped out easily. Again, being that there's paint on the inside, I painted the inside gray. The glue didn't melt to the plastic and to the plastic of the body properly, so it popped off fairly easily, which is good, which means that all the windows popped off. All the chrome popped off, front and rear bumpers. I'm going to try and keep this stuff in order. But anyways, front and rear bumpers, right? But as you recall, even the headlight bucket came out quite easily, right? But as you recall, I only have one headlight. So, trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my thermoplastic, and I'm going to make a mold of the housing. Hopefully it turns out perfectly close enough. And then I'll cast it with resin. So that one, this one here, will be probably solid. But I don't have another one of these lights. Now I do have some clear lenses and stuff like that, which is fine. But saving and going through all my parts from other vehicles, I'm not sure what these are from. But anyways, they're really close in the same size. And from what I can see, I can make them work in this. Okay, they're not perfect. They do have like a standoff on the bottom, so they're meant to go like on a bumper or something, kind of like these things actually, right? They would glue on. Yeah, basically almost the exact same as these things, so I'm going to have to modify them a little bit, and that'll give me back my chrome bezel. I'll put them on there, and I'll find the lenses to go with them. And yeah, so that'll give me that back. But like I was saying earlier, I don't have this purple. I mean, I don't even know what color purple it is or what I used or anything else. But obviously it was a spray paint because, you know, like this side's thin and this side's a nice dark purple. But because of the van that I'm building for the wife, I do have a Mission Model purple, and I do have the Deco Art Regal purple, right? This one here is this one. This one's iridescent plum purple. But anyways, trying them out, this ends up way too dark. It's kind of like almost a black purple. But this purple for the missions model, and this is the only missions model I have, and the only reason I wanted it is because it is an iridescent purple. But testing it on a piece of paper and looking at this, they are darn close to being a exact match color. So hopefully that by only painting one or maybe both headlight buckets with this, doing very light coats to try and bring it back to the same color that I have, this may work. So that's where I'm at. Now I've got the body obviously on prep paint stand, and I went with to clean it first of all, I used Windex, and I scrubbed the hell out of this thing anywhere that is going to get clear coat, and cleaned everything else because it needed to be. Before I paint, I will be rubbing it down with rubbing alcohol and make sure that there's no residues left. So I'm going to get to masking that, the hood, and the sun visor is already at the paint booth. So I'm going to mask off this lower half here, right? Mask all this off, the engine off, the front bumpers, and try to block all of this off. Probably just back mask it, and then I'll just put it on the painting base like so, and hopefully that'll be good enough. So we're going to get that masked up. I'm going to get clear coat on it, and once that's done, I'll make this piece first so that I can get this painted and clear coated as well. And yeah, I'll come back, I'll show you what it looks like. So I shall see you in a few. Okay, everybody. Yeah, so got a bunch done here. Touched up the flat black in the grill, right? And also over time the chrome is worn off a little bit in some spots, so kind of touch that up with some sparkling silver. I'm thinking I might make a new one of these, again doing the same way I did the headlight. Now I'll show you the headlight and the results of the painting. Now here is the original. So as you can see here, this is the original, and of course it's been clear coated, and I used that paint, and it turned out to be almost a perfect match. All right. So that's the original. Now here is the thermoplastic that I used to cast a new one. All right. So it was just inside there. This was stuck together. I peeled it apart after I was done casting it. So that's that. Now what we pulled out of there is this. All right. Now as you can see, it's even got the little dimple on it for gluing it onto the fender, just like the other one is. All right. Now it doesn't look purple, but it is purple. All right. Now the only way you can tell is one is completely solid. All right, and the other one is hollow. So I will have to deal with that, but it fits perfectly. All right. So those turned out awesome. Now, of course, I masked and clear coated the rest of it. So as you can see here, right, this one still has fingerprints on it, but yeah, it's completely clear coated. Right, so nice and shiny. The hood has been clear coated. Now I know it's not perfect, but I'm not going to make it perfect because back then, you know, I didn't have clear coat and stuff. So as you saw to begin with, you know, it wasn't perfect to begin with. And of course here's the fenders and stuff, you know, and that's all clear coated and shiny. Everything's still the same underneath. I think the clear coat does something with the color a little bit. because here you can see it's definitely purple, but as you get to the clear coated side, it's almost like it looks blue, but it is still purple. In my eyes, it hasn't changed the shade of it at all. Right, so we got that. Now the biggest section that you were able to see that it wasn't shiny or anything, it was dull, is the body. Now again, I could wet sand this and polish it, but I'm trying to leave it as original as it was, other than, you know, I just wanted to make it a little bit better, mainly shiny. So everything is clear coated and shiny. Alright. Starting to put all the windows and everything back in. So that'll be the next step, is to start putting all these parts back together, you know, and figure out what to do with the headlights, like the headlight bezel and stuff. That is something I can do after it's been put back together. So when I come back, I don't know if I'll have this part done yet, but everything will be back together, and it'll probably close out the video at that point. And I may show an update on my Facebook group or Instagram on what I do with the headlight, so make sure you're subscribed to them as well. Give me a follow on my Instagram and Facebook group. Yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on anything. And yeah, if you want to help out the channel, I do have the merch button, I do have the join button, and I do have a PayPal me link. All those links are down in the description. So I'm going to get to finishing this up. When I come back, it'll be the final reveal. Okay, everybody. So here you go. It is pretty much done. Now, the only thing I have left to do on this is the headlight pieces, and like I said, one is casted. As you can see, it's like full in there, right? The other one's hollow. So I'm thinking of casting one of these so I can, oops, oh, runaway parts, so that I can make it another headlight bucket of some sort. And I'll get that made up and glued on later on. I'll do that off camera. But anyways, as you can see, the color is pretty good. Like I said, it's not perfect. I wasn't looking for perfect. I just wanted it cleaned up, clear coated, and fixed and put back on the parts that had fallen off. So everything is all now back together the way it's supposed to be. All right. As for the air cleaners, you can see the air cleaners here. All right. Kind of a bug eye style. It's just what I had found, what I had laying around. So there you go. So if you like this, let me know down in the comments. I love reading your comments. Let me know what you think of it. Should I completely redid it, or should I just done what I did with the clear coat? Yeah, this will be the first of many in this series. So make sure you hit that subscribe button for me. Definitely hit that like button if you like these types of videos and what I'm doing with these things. Also, make sure that you hit that bell notification and make sure that all notifications are turned on so you don't miss out on anything, right? Now, I'm going to bring in another one, what I'm thinking I might do next. I'm not quite sure, it's not positive, but I'll show you another one here that I've got to clean up and fix. Nice little Roadrunner. Got a GTX Plymouth. Alright. So of course it's missing 2 velocity stacks, and we've got some other parts here. Right. That need to be put back on and fixed. It's obviously missing the 2 velocity stacks. Now this was done probably around age 13 through 15-ish, right? As you can see here, I've actually used old electronics, right? You can see some of the wirings, the braided wiring and stuff like that. That's all out of electronics. I was doing that way back when, right? Again, this thing is dusty, it's dirty. Don't think anything on the inside is loose, so we're good there. But the underneath, obviously the leaf springs are all broken and sagging, and you know, there's exhaust busted, drive shaft busted, part of the exhaust missing here, and everything else seems to be fairly tight, so we're good there. Just needs a good cleaning, fix up some parts. And again, this was back in the day when you got those tiny little jars of clear yellow to make your gold. So as you can see, the gold rims in there, right? Now this one was clear coated, so we're good there, but it just needs a good cleaning. So again, I'm not quite sure if this is going to be the next one on the fix-it block, but yeah, this is what I'm looking at. Next one in line, possibly, unless I change my mind. But again, make sure you stay tuned. So thank you very much for watching, and leave your comments, thoughts down below, and I'll see you next time.